Hello everybody and a warm welcome back to Apex Racing. It is myself, Zabi, and I'll be taking you all through for another round. We are here at Brazil for round 8 it should be, as we are here for 2 races, of course. It is going to be Race 1 after the results of qualifying, which is going to be in front of your screens. Let's have a look at that then. Matthias qualifying in P1, Ryan in P2 with Mr. Plenty in P3 with GT in P4, followed by Numpty Ned for Netbok Racing in P5. Then comes Nitu in P6, followed by Johnny, the 2 teammates qualifying in P6 and 7, then followed by Peggy. Unfortunately, liveries are glitched out, so bear in mind, but the 2 teammates, the 2 cars that have same liveries are 2 teammates. Peggy in P8, followed by Lobuk in P9 as well. Then comes Smoke in P10, followed by Kane, teammate of Peggy in P11. Kane P11. Then comes Wolf in P12. Cooper's teammate with one Perwood in P13. Jones in P14, followed by our RLD Racing in P15. So that's your grid, ladies and gentlemen. Just before we get started, let's have a look at the Drivers' Championship and the Constructors before we get onto racing, so you guys have an idea. So Mr. Plenty, qualifying P3 today, currently has the Drivers' Championship lead, 251 points, only 9 ahead of GT, racing for Project GT. Then it is Ryan Cooper, qualifies P2 today, is P3 in the Drivers' Championship for Ashton at JP. 169 points for them, but only 10 ahead of Leo for Apex Original Racing, who are on 159. Then on 151, it is Johnny, just ahead of Matthias GT, racing for Project GT as well. 114 points for them. Then behind them comes Kane with 129. All right, so these are in fact not in order, so that is interesting. Unfortunately, they're not in order as it stands. So apparently there is more, basically drivers one after the other have points, more than others. So I think everybody is in points. Is in order apart from the 2. So basically, we should see Matthias. I believe that is, yes, he's on 114 points. So he should be behind Kane, but he's ahead of Kane. So he's behind Kane, then right behind him with 77 points to his name. In fact, just before them is Monty with 86 for Karaoke Racing. Smoke Dog with 77, 75 for One Paravood and Nitu. Both of them equal on points as it comes. Then C. Jones for Karaoke Racing, 60 points for them. They had their best week, best race last time out in round 7. Sorry, this is round 8 then. So round 7, yep. They had their best race with 10 points they could get throughout the whole weekend. So that is brilliant. With only a couple of drivers now remaining right behind C. Jones. It's Numpty Ned, Graham, Peggy, Graham Page. And that should be, I should say. Then Le Book with Vaviads, G-Dog and Wolf Club in the final position. So just after that, the Constructors' Championship, Project GT lead the championship with 380 points. Sorry, yes, 380 points. Right behind them are the Highland Farmers in P2 with 329 points. They have the top 2 in their own fight, followed by Team Pain and Apex Originals. They kind of are there in their own fight as well, 257 to Team Pain and Apex to 334. Then 169 points for Ashton JP. Then Karaoke on 130 just behind them. Karaoke had their worst weekend last time out, along with Ashton JP, with one team getting 8 points and the other getting only 4. Then 122 points to Allied Racing, who had their best weekend throughout this season. 41 points overall they bagged, and Netbok Racing only 53 points. So let's not waste any further time and let's get back to work, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get started for racing, and we are here. Matteo starts on pole, Ryan in P2 with Plenty in P3. GT and Numpty in the top 5. Who's going to get better at the start of it? It's going to be GT who gets a very decent start. Does he get a decent start though? Because Cooper's going to be right behind him, heading towards turn 1. There might be an opportunity for Cooper to go for it on the inside line. Not just yet. Heading towards the ZS. Plenty's going to be trying for it, but no, in fact, GT is going to be there for him. Around the outside, he's going to try and get the job done, but in fact no, he does get the job done, does Plenty. He's going to be through and ahead of GT, does get Plenty There's going to be actions at the front of the field, but what about at the back of it? Meanwhile, GT for a moment you'd think is going to try and get through. Meanwhile, drivers at the back are going to be trying to get through as Ned Lebock is going to be through on RLD, or will he? Oh, little bit of a slide for RLD, almost goes into the side of T Jones, who's going to get past him as well. Now Lebock is going to be in a bit of pressure. Does he let this pass? Does he defend his position? He's keeping his position so far. C. Jones is going to be going for it. He's going to have his car on the inside line. Nearly taps Lebock. Meanwhile, around the outside comes RLD. And what a save that was. And that was Smoke. He's down in P14. He's not had a good start at all with Numpty Ned down in P15 as well. That could have been horrific had Smoke touched one of the cars there. He came in sliding. And Kane, I believe his livery is not loading. The two teammates liveries are not loading. Kane in P13, then one pivot on the inside line in P4. P12 might have a chance, so RLD is slowing down. They will need to slow down in the next penalty point, as they've got a penalty. But let's have a look at the race up front. How is it going for all of these drivers? As it stands, at least the race leader keeps it to themselves. So Mateos currently leads for Project GT so far. Meanwhile, Ryan Cooper in P2, driver in P3. The driver championship is in P2 at the moment. And the race is a very good start. Meanwhile, the championship leader is in P3 so far. Remember, these are your qualifying result starts, and as soon as this race is over, the reverse grid of this race will begin. So that is going to be an opportunity. Meanwhile, at the back, there's drivers going racing, and those two are going to be going racing. Johnny around the outside of Page, and he's going to get past Page and get the move done. Will Johnny, and brilliantly, the job well done, as he's going to get it nice and easy. And let's hope that it's recording, apparently, and it is recording, so that is great news. Let's just confirm once more, because recently a problem happened, so let's not do that. But he's got a penalty. Johnny's got a penalty, so he's going to slow down. He's going to slow down to let Page get past, because definitely as soon as Johnny slow down, Page is going to be through in no time. So looking at the back of the grid, then Lebock in Nito in P7, Lebock in P8 with one Parawood in P9, followed by Kane, Smoke, Numpty, RLD, C. Jones, and Wolf in P15. They've got a couple of penalties and so running wide, but look at this then. Our leader has pulled away, and they've pulled away quite a bit. Unfortunately, we don't know how much the gap is between the top two, but it is at least a few seconds, at least 1 second the gap is between the two. Meanwhile, Plenty and GT are all together within each other. There might be an opportunity for either Plenty to attack Ryan at the front, or there might be an opportunity for GT to attack Plenty at the front of the field. We're going to look at this one just on the exit of the NSs. Obviously, they're all going to be right behind, taking that slipstream. Is there going to be an opportunity for GT to get past? Does he think that he can get past? I don't think so. He's just not going to be close enough at all to get the move done around here. Obviously, one is leading the championship. It's just the other is just around there as well. Meanwhile, Ryan goes a little bit wide, but he's going to just come back on track in enough time to not let Plenty get through, because that could have been problematic. Had he let him get past him, that might have just been a bit of issues, and slightly wide goes Plenty there for a moment, but he's going to get the job done, and he goes wide and almost onto the grass, but he doesn't get the penalty, so that is interesting to see. Meanwhile, these three cars are in for a great battle out here at the back. Baggy in P5, P6 for Johnny, and 7 for Nitu, so that's P6 and 7 for the two teammates. Followed by Lebock in P8, and just as we switch up to him, he's going to have a spin and get the spin round in P10. He's going to lose positions even more. It looked like he just lost it on his own there. Not quite sure what happened, but eventually he lost it, and now C. Jones has got a penalty, but he's going to get past Numpty and no time and get the move done. Remember, he's going to get past Lebock, not Numpty. Look at this then, so definitely this is interesting between these two teammates. What about RLD Wolf and all of these guys? Meanwhile, Mateus still leads, Plenty still in P2 as well, but in no time there should be an opportunity for GT to get fast, for even, let's play it back, for GT to get past, or even for Plenty to get past out there. Oh, sorry, for him to keep his position. Can he keep his position there, though? He's going to switch to the inside line already. He's going to try and defend his position. He's very defensive altogether, and he does get the defense done so far. They've already overtaken Ryan, so let's not forget that. They were both right behind Ryan, but Ryan made a mistake, and now Plenty might have made a mistake, as GT is going to get closer to him, and very close to him is GT, and ever closer really is GT to Plenty at this point, and a possible move and an opportunity for him to get past could be on the way soon, because this is for second place. Remember, this is for a second place, and both of them are in crucial positions, and slightly on the grass goes GT out there, and he is not really going to be able to get past or get a better exit than one or the other between these guys, because apparently he's not able to get past him. Plenty, remember, leads a championship, and GT in P2. The 2 and 3 in this race are your championship, the top 2 in the Drivers' Championship, and GT now around the outside is just going to be getting ahead of him. They're going to be side by side still, even before they get to the main straight. They're going to be will to will between the two. Who has the better straight line speed? Is it going to be Plenty? Is it going to be GT? Who does get past one or the other? Is Plenty going to come back on the inside line? No, and GT is going to be through and ahead of Plenty there, and he's going to get the move done, but Plenty already looks very impatient to get his position back, and in no time he might just get past him, and he's going to be on the way to get past him. There's going to be an opportunity for Plenty to get past. He's thinking for it. Does he go for the inside or the outside? He switched his car to the inside line. Is he going to be enough on the way to make his move? It might be, as very wide goes GT, and that will allow Cooper to get past as well, as he through goes Cooper then, as he gets the move done, and now there might be an opportunity for Cooper to get past Plenty as well, but will he be able to do that? Not just yet, but what a move that was. GT overtook Plenty, and obviously he was staying ahead of him for quite only a few corners, but he does get the move back. You know, GT around the outside thought that he's going to get the job done, but Plenty then just after on the exit of the Senna's, he got that straight, he got the slipstream, and got the move done in P2. Matthias, our race leader, is pulling away. He's pulling away by a mile then. He's got the fastest lap as well. 133.263 is the fastest lap from Matthias at the moment. Does he come into the pits right now? No, but he does not. It's obviously 17 laps of racing, so depending when do these drivers pit, we'll get an idea. We're only 6 laps in so far, so that's going to be interesting to see. Obviously 17 laps of racing in both the races, obviously race 1 and race 2. Meanwhile, one man who's looking to make a move as well, that might be Paige. He's going to try and get past Johnny, as Johnny is just behind, or in fact no, Paige is going to try and get past Nidu, who's Johnny's teammate. Nidu's going to be on the defense. Can he get the defense done? At the moment as it stands, as it looks, yes, he should be able to get it done, as Paige was just not close enough to be making the move. Meanwhile at the back, Smoke and Numpty might be in a bit of fight of their own as well. For P10, for the top 10 in this race, wide, a little bit wide goes Numpty, goes Smoke, but he's going to come back on track and just in enough time to get the move done. Nice and easy, and very well done for him. P12 for LeBuck, P11 for Numpty Nets, with 2 teammates in P11 and 12. Meanwhile, C. Jones in P13 in a race of his own at the moment, just behind LeBuck, but not close enough to be going for a move. Meanwhile, let's go back to the front of the field once more. Matthias is pulling away, and GT then has dropped down a bit as Ryan and Plenty are there for it, as Brian lost out to Plenty earlier on. He lost out to both of them, but then he overtook GT as GT ran a little bit wide with them fighting over it. He has got his 3rd place back, but can he get it back now? Because this is going to be an interesting thing, and I wonder if somebody headed towards the pits. No, nobody has, as we don't see anybody just yet inside the pits. to be going for it. And there is in fact a driver in the pit lane, that is correct, and that's going to be GT to go on to a set of medium tyres they might be doing. So 1 per wood on a set of alright, so he's going to get off the set of hards. What set of tyres does he go on? And so eventually he's going to get refueled as well. It says soft tyre on it, but this yellow should be medium, and the hard, and definitely the white should be the hard. But GT then has gone on to a set of mediums. Both of them then have gone on a set of mediums from a set of softs, which is interesting to see. Meanwhile, at the front or at the back, at the bottom of the top 10 fields, this is interesting, between Smoke and Numpty, there might be an opportunity. So definitely looking at things, GT has pitted, and definitely I think GT pitting out right now means that he wanted to get out of the way, and Matthias has got a penalty, but it might not matter at this point, the amount of gap and how much gap he has against these guys. So I was talking about GT, you know, he dropped down to Ryan and Plenty, so he might have pushed his tires a bit too long, he might have pushed his tires a bit too much. You know, he had to back out of it, and unfortunately couldn't get the job done on them, obviously, and now he decided to pit to stay away. And as soon as everybody pits, he might have an opportunity to undercut. You know, Johnny is going to be another driver into the pit lane then, so it might be a soft medium strategy, and is Plenty going to be able to get past through Cooper just about right now? He might be able to get past Cooper, because Cooper might have slightly made a mistake on the inch of the center S's, and they're going to be will to will between the two. They nearly made contact, Ryan and Plenty, who's going to be late on the brakes into the left-hander. Is it going to be Ryan? Is it going to be Plenty? They're both equal in the brakes as well. Ryan just gets past him nearly, as they were side by side for a while, and Ryan gets the move done, as that was nicely done by him there. They were side by side. It was, sure, he had the inside line, he had the better line into that left-hander, considering it would have been easy for him to get past, but definitely he had the challenge, he had the pressure of Plenty, because you know, when the championship leader is right behind you, there is a lot more chances that you're going to make a mistake. There is more chances the driver is going to make a mistake, and again on the inside line, Plenty's going to have the opportunity this time around, and he might just get done. No, he doesn't get it done this time. We might have thought he's going to get past. He doesn't get past him about right now. Ryan is definitely defending all he can. I think there was a spinner. There was somebody spun on the exit of the pit lane, but not sure who it was. But busy in the fight of these two guys. They all want to focus on this one. So 8 laps in, and another opportunity for Plenty. Does he come into the pits? Yes, he does. So nicely does Plenty, and he's very fast, and obviously no limiter as the game takes on from this part. So he's got a set of medium. So definitely that explains why he's slightly stayed out a little bit longer than GT could, obviously, on a set of softs. So that is definitely nice and easy for Ryan, if we could look. Alright, so Matthias is on a set of hards. So is Ryan. So is... Oh, there's going to be an opportunity for Page to get past him. Does he get past Page? Does Page get past him? It's going to be interesting to see between the two. They're going to be side by side for a moment, you would have thought, but no, they are not side by side. So everybody has that white strip tyres. Surely, okay, Bomber does have the yellow strip medium tyres on. I'm just learning about this game though, so bear that in mind. In the previous race, for a moment, I thought the tyres were different, but then definitely the red tyre strips were softs. Sorry, not soft, basically mediums. But where did okay, we still have 15 drivers. Alright, so GT is in P11 on a set of hard compound tyre, but on the edge of the pit lane it said it's a medium tyre, so I wonder if the yellow's the medium and the yellow's the softs and the hard is, there's no hard, maybe the medium might be the white one. Sorry, I'm trying to pronounce the word and find for it. Unfortunately, you don't get the side-by-side comparison of this, but look at this then, our leader still going strong, and now Cooper comes into the pit lane. So he has the white strip tyres. Alright then, there we go. Those Michelin tyres, and it says he's on the mediums, with Page, who's on a set of soft compound tyres coming into the pit lane. Obviously, they're going to try and refuel as well, try and get more fuel, try and get enough fuel to get them to the end of this race, obviously, as we just passed the halfway distance in this race. So he's going to get those yellow strip tyres, sorry, white strip tyres, one of them off, the other on. So strips might be same then, obviously different parts of racing, different motorsports, which we learn about, so it might be the case. The soft tyre he's going to come out on from the medium to the soft goes Ryan, and Page is on P11 at the moment on a set of softs as well. Where is GT? That's going to be interesting. Does Ryan come out ahead of GT, or does GT? Oh yes, he does come out ahead of GT. So GT has been overcut by Ryan then there. Plenty has not yet pitted. He's staying out on those tyres. At the top, it's Nidu in P2, Kane, so these guys are yet to pit, remember, with Smoke in P4, followed by Numpty Ned, along with his teammate, the two teammates running 5 and 6. That's interesting as those tyres are sliding for place. Look at that, those are halfway done. Oh, you could actually look at those. I just realized that you can look at this then. So, Plenty's tyres are very good conditions. They're in absolutely good conditions. He might have pitted then, so apologies if we've missed that, because I'm sure we saw a couple of drivers pit, and definitely I think he might have just pitted, because look at this. But even in the previous race, remember, in the previous round, you know, at Austria, Plenty's tyres was just good. His tyres were absolutely in brilliant conditions, and he goes a little bit wide onto the grass. He's trying to get past Johnny, and he definitely would have pitted Mr. Plenty, because obviously he's down the grid, and he was up at the front, so he's definitely pitted. I wonder if Johnny's pitted or not. Plenty has. He's going to try and get past these guys as soon as he can, because you know Ryan is in just P9, and as soon as Ryan comes, we would want to get past Johnny as soon as before Ryan gets done, and he's going to go over it on the inside line, late on the brakes, but Johnny's not going to have him easy at all, and he's going to push him wide. He's going to push him absolutely wide. When he comes back on track, he makes a space and get the move done. He's finally going to be ahead of him. Gets done nice and easy. The Highland Farmers team, they're going to get to one of their drivers make a move. Johnny is going to send it on the inside line, and he's going to push him wide a little bit once more. They're not having it easy at all, as now Ryan's going to get past Plenty as well. That is not an easy one at all. So they were side by side, slightly going out of boundaries, pushing the one out or the other wide. But the driver in the Allied Racing Porsche, the blue and white livery, this one looks nice. Sorry, it's black and white, a little bit of a blue design of, not sure what it is, but it basically looks like an animal, but job well done. Meanwhile, the Red Bull livery is Ryan, who's in P8 now. He's going to be looking to get past Johnny very soon. He's going to get past Johnny very soon, in fact, and he's going to send it on the inside line, and he's going to get the job done, as Matthias has got the... Yeah, Matthias has got the fastest lap for a long time, but it is now going to be, might just be Ryan who's going to get past everyone. Everyone in that top 6 has decided to pit now. Matthias is almost on the exit of the pit lane, so he's now on a set of soft compound tyres from mediums to softs. And they've jumped up everybody, but can they jump? What is D2? He's on a set of softs as well, but our race leader is just going to exit ahead of Ryan, and he's going to get the job done then. Meanwhile, Ryan and Plenty are going to be close range within each other, so an opportunity might just be on the way for both of them to get past. Apologies if you're not picking up any battle at the back of the grid, because the battle is definitely spiced up around here. And they're not as close, obviously. One Parawood, Kane, and then same goes for Page and Nito as well. They are close, but definitely not as close as let's say Plenty or Cooper, who are fighting repeatedly, who are fighting brilliantly, you could say. So that is interesting to say the least, ladies and gentlemen. C. Jones in P13 still, so I wonder if he has pitted. His tyres look new. And alright, so these are racing mediums. Alright, so we could actually know that as well. RM means racing mediums, RS means racing softs. So apologies about that. As I said, we're learning about things, and we definitely are learning about some new information. So racing soft tyres on a set of the Netbook cars. The two teammates, meanwhile, C. Jones in P13. Where is his teammate? So Apex Racing is obviously one Parawood, and RLD Racing mediums for him. He's almost halfway through them. I wonder if he's made his stop or not, because definitely it doesn't look easy at all. Because his tyres are not equal as well. You know, his rear left is in a better condition than his rear right. His front tyres seem to be in equal conditions, but his rear left just seems to be in a bit of a better condition than others. Meanwhile, Mateus is on his way to lap RLD, and he's going to lap him in no time. Ryan and Plenty are at the back as well, getting past these drivers. So, oh, this is interesting, and this is as close as it gets between these two drivers. This is very close then between the two. So it is close between Juan Parawood and Kane. But what about these drivers at the front? For P6, as he's flashing his headlights, then maybe need to. Wants Base to let him get past in no time, but he is not going to let him get past, or he might have to take that position on the inside line. It's going to become the outside line now. Nito might have thought for it to go for it on the inside, but no, he's not going to get for it. Just about now, as Page is going to still stay there. He's still going to stay there and keep his position, but for how long? Because Nito might not wait for it too long, and he might try and get past him very soon. But when will he be getting that past him? Just time will tell indeed, and one man who might not want to wait for time to tell is going to be Smoke. Teammate of Mr. Blaney is going to try and get past him. You know, his teammate is in P3. He's going to at least try and get past Kane and at least stay, or in fact, he's defending at the moment then, as no, in fact, Smoke is want to get past Juan Parawood. So he's going to try and get past at least one position better than 10. He's going to go around the outside of it. This is going to be Will to Will, heading towards turn 1 into the center S's. It's going to be late on the brakes. It's going to be Juan Parawood on the inside line, or is it going to be Smoke on the outside line? And it was going to be Juan Parawood, and he's going to get the job done. Nice and easy to Smoke, and brilliantly done for him. Oh no, in fact, Smoke hasn't got the job done. You would have thought that Smoke is going to get the job done, but no, he has not quite done it. That's well, now again he's going to get the opportunity. This time around he has the inside line, and he's going to be late on the brakes as well, and absolutely very late as compared to Juan Parawood, who's definitely might not be feeling as much confidence on trying to brake later. Meanwhile, Nimty Ned might have an opportunity as well on the inside line. Does he get a challenge to Parawood? And he does challenge him indeed. They're still going to be side by side, will to will between the two, but on the inside line, Nimty Ned's going to try and get past him, as Juan Parawood's now going to have the inside line. He goes a little bit wide. He goes very wide, does Nimty Ned. That might allow Juan Parawood to get past, or in fact does not allow him just yet. And oh, that's going to be a big dive bomb on the inside line on one of the cars. Oh, in fact, that's the lapped car of RLD, who's going to get lapped by his teammate as well. So not having the best of races is Juan Parawood, RLD at the moment. Meanwhile, Buck and Juan Parawood in P11 and 12, as Buck is going to be forced to slow down, but still not enough for C. Jones in P13. He's down in P13, and so C. Jones, Wolf Thumb and RLD are in kind of the race of their own at the moment. So looking at the front of the field, Matthias leads by a mile, slightly goes onto the grass. Ryan Cooper in P2, and there's a bit of a gap between Ryan and Plenty as well, so just not close enough just yet at least. It won't be too long before these guys are fighting each other, but at least for the moment. Meanwhile, GT in P5 on those medium tyres. There's been a while he's been on those tyres, but only 2 laps now remain, so he's definitely going to be going on to the end of this race on those tyres to get closer to Johnny and make a move, or not just yet, because now this is interesting. Page and Nito are in for a fight for P6, but it depends whether Nito can keep his position or there's going to be a challenge from Page on Nito. What about Kane then? Kane and Smoke is in P9 now. Smoke fought Juan Parawood for a while, and then Juan Parawood ended up losing the position to Nemty Ned as well. P11 and P12. So the top 12 driver, at least somewhat in their own groups. Meanwhile, one man, and that is C. Jones, is facing the wrong way around now, and he's spun round. That is not an easy one at all at the end of the first sector, on the exit of that left-hander, which is a pretty tricky, not a very tricky corner though, just have to take care of the car. On those racing medium tyres, his tyres are in decent condition, not in too bad condition as well. But maybe just that bit of pressure, the pressure of staying away from everyone, kicking up, and that might not be easy for him at all, as we are in lap 16 now. So we're getting to the end of this one. We're very soon, in no time. We're on lap 16 as Mateos, our leader, is very much ahead. So Ryan in P2 and Plenty looks set for a P3 finish. But Ryan will have to slow down. So there might be party time for Plenty there, if he can get it done though, because this is now looking interesting. Meanwhile, GT can't get closer to these guys, and he doesn't have fuel. Johnny doesn't have fuel. He's very close to GT, whose tires are actually better than Johnny's, but Johnny looks to be getting ahead of GT there, because he's driven absolutely epically as Johnny there, because he's got the job done nice and easy, because definitely that's the reason his tires are way worse than okay, this is now interesting. Not sure what is happening out there, but eventually it's not moving. Not quite sure what has happened there, because let's try and go back in time, so apologies about that, but no, it's not moving at all. Not quite sure what exactly has happened, but apparently we are stuck on Johnny, which is interesting to say the least. Let's go a lap down. No, it's bugged out. That is interesting. Sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen, but let's go a few laps back, but it definitely looks bugged, and it is bugged indeed. So that is interesting, but let's go back to our original lap, and this is interesting, so we might have to watch this one to the end of this race, ladies and gentlemen, so apologies about that. No idea what exactly is going on, unless we lock something out, which I have no idea about if something's gonna lock on a game like this. Oh, and finally we're moving. Oh no, in fact we are not moving at all. Or in fact we are moving, so apologies about that. Meanwhile, our race leader is finally going to get back to the race lead. So not sure what it was, unfortunately. It was a bit confusing, but one man who would not care about anything less than more, but rather an overtake for him to get past Ryan is going to be Plenty, because he wants to finish race one on a high. One thing's going to be better. He's going to starting higher than Ryan in the next race if he finishes behind him, but he doesn't care about that. He cares about most points in this race as they can get, and they are going to get it done. Or can they though? Because Plenty right behind Cooper is going to be interesting, as Plenty's going to send it on the inside. For a moment you would have thought he's going to get back, but Ryan runs wide. Ryan runs absolutely wide, and now he's going to switch to the inside line. Will be Plenty, but he's going to try and get past him very soon. He's going to try and get the overtake done. They're moving left and right. Is Cooper to try and defend, and he's doing absolutely everything to defend his position. Can he get the position done though? That is a hard question. Time will be telling us. Meanwhile, our race leader is in P1. Just almost into the final sector now. These two are there in a fight of their own, but going to a race leader, our race leader, Mateos GT for Project GT. And if I say dominant, he has absolutely dominated this race ever since that start. Never let anybody come closer to him, and he's going to be just making his way onto the main straight and to the finish line now. It is going to be Mateos who's going to win this round 8 here at Brazil. Race 1 gets victory in race 1. Job well done to him. What about Ryan Cooper? And he's defended to Plenty. Plenty threw everything at him, but our championship leader has to finish in P3 with GT pitting out ahead of everyone. Finishes in P4. Meanwhile, this little fight towards the finish line might be a case of who will finish is ahead of one another, and Page has done it. Page has in the end finished ahead of E2, and brilliantly done for him at the very end. Gets the move done. Johnny in P8. Johnny in P7 with Kane in P8 and Smoke in P9, followed by Numptined in P10. LeBuck in P11, followed by Pomparwood in P13. C. Jones has got a penalty then, so that again the bottom 3 of C. Jones, Wolf and RLD. So that's a great news. Nobody's DNFs. Everybody still is staying in this race. So job well done. Our top 12 drivers have finished about right now, as C. Jones is going to be on their way to come around the final corner and the final straight now and finish in P13. Everybody, at least the bottom 3, had their own race. They were in a race of their own, but job well done on finishing this race in P13, at least ahead of the 2 other drivers who look in not too good of a condition. Wolf in P14 and RLD is going very slow now with his his hazard lights are on, which not sure why those are on, and he's out of fuel. He's out of fuel, and that is the reason his hazard lights are on, because he has got absolutely no fuel at all. So that's the end, ladies and gentlemen. We've got to the end of it, and those were your results at the very end of this race. So let's have a look at this once more, actually, if we can, because let's get past this. Let's pause this up and get to the very end of the lap, and then we can have all the information that we need about the race and about the finishing order of this one. Let's get to this very quickly, as we just want to get this done then. So at the very end of it, let's get to the very end of this, where everybody else finished. So this is everybody, your finishing order then for this race. Mateus wins, and after an absolute dominant performance, he gets the victory for Project GT. Ryan in P2, just ahead of Plenty in P3, followed by GT in P4, who was with these guys for a little bit, but not anymore. Then comes Page in P5. At the very end, he got the move done on Nitu in P6. Johnny in P7, just ahead of Kane in P8, followed by Smoke in P9. Then comes Numpty Ned in P10. With LeBook, One Borrowwood, C. Jones, Wolf, and RLD or completing out the 15-car grid. So this was race 1, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you all watching enjoyed the action. But congratulations to our winner and to our top 5. Taking the victory, and everyone who did some great racing out there. So this was it then, ladies and gentlemen. Myself, Zabe, and bringing you all the action on the commentary mic. Hope you all had fun watching this one. See you soon in race 2.